Okay, so before I launch into this video, I know I've got a lot of new subscribers recently, so I'll just backtrack a bit and give you a bit of information on the Kiely Rodni case. For those of you who are OGs, have been with me from the beginning and know Kylie's story, if you wish to skip ahead, I will leave a timestamp in the comments section, so I'll pin that in the comments below, so that if you don't want to hear me do a quick overview of Kylie's case, you can skip ahead on the timestamp to the relevant information from today's video. So, Kiely Rodni was a 16-year-old teenager. This case occurred 2 years ago in August of 2022, and she headed off, we're told that she headed off to a end of summer party, essentially, which was meant to be a back to school party to farewell all the kids that were headed off to college. She never made it home, and she was missing along with her car. It was 2 weeks before they finally found her and her car in Prosser Creek Reservoir. It was actually a independent dive team who came in and found her, Adventures with Purpose, you might have heard of them. And they found her within about 35 minutes after other agencies had spent 2 weeks looking for Kiely and her vehicle. Now, there's a lot of things about this case that don't add up, and there's a lot of people who, rightly so, believe that this was no accident. But to date, we've had all agencies, barring FBI, close the case claiming it was an accident. FBI have stayed pretty quiet about the case. We don't know if they've closed it. They certainly haven't released any actual documents that would suggest that it has been closed. They've released a few tidbits that are things that we already knew about, but certainly nothing in terms of any solid case. So that's a brief overview, a very, very brief overview. If you do want to find out more about Kylie's case, I have an extensive playlist on my channel where I deep dive so many things about this case, from woe to go and in between. And I will, for the benefit of my new subscribers, and also I guess just to get her name back out there again, I do plan on doing a sort of documentary style video where I start at the beginning and work through and explain her case along with all the irregularities. But let's skip through to today's video. So, most of you are probably well aware of Paula Mooney, aka Plunder, and how very thorough she is. You know, when Paula puts a video out, that she has double checked all her facts. But of course, at the same time, if you've been following Kylie's case, then you will have seen all the images from the recently released CHP report. So a few months ago, the CHP report was released. Major irregularities in the CHP report, such as that the headlights were off and the car was in neutral, but they claimed that she drove herself into the reservoir at 12 o'clock at night in darkness at speed. I still can't figure that one out. But anyway, from that CHP report, we have plenty of images of Kylie's vehicle, so it's quite easy to match it against other images that come along. And if you want to have a look at those images, I've covered a bit of the CHP report, as has Squirrels on Fire. She's done it far more extensively than me. But if you did want to have a look at the CHP report, then it is there in my playlist. Now, Paula, like I said, is so very thorough. And what she did when Kiely was actually still missing was to set up a Google alert for the VIN number of Kiely's vehicle. And this week, she got a notification from that alert showing that Kiely's car was up for auction. It was being sold as a salvaged vehicle. When I saw this, I was utterly horrified. I have to say huge thank you to the subscriber who emailed me and gave me a heads up on this, because I actually missed it. I didn't see that Paula had done this. So thank you. You know who you are pure legend. But let's talk about the issue here. Kiely's car has actually been sold at auction. That's just mind-blowing for me. This is a car that a 16-year-old girl died in. Or at the very least, if she did not die in that vehicle, her remains were in that vehicle for 2 weeks. And they're selling it at auction. So let's have a look at the pages from the auction site. So I will add the link in the description section for this video, but anyone who is familiar with Kiely's vehicle knows that what we are looking at right here is definitely Kiely's vehicle. We've all looked at images from the CHP report that show us the wipers sitting up against the glass like that, the broken glass at the top, the mirror hanging down, all the damage. It seems like what they have done here though is they've popped the bonnet back out. So there was that dent in the bonnet, they've popped that back out before they put it up for auction. On the right hand side you can see final auction ended, final bid $1,350. Okay, let's look at some more of this. So the car was sold by Farmers Insurance and it comes with a salvage certificate, meaning that it's basically, you know, it's not registered. It is recorded as a salvage vehicle. Now here you can see the auction fees, etc. What is curious here is that it says shipping to Rotterdam, Netherlands. Now, I would love if someone who is watching this from America can click on the link and have a look at the sales history for this vehicle and see if that is actually where it is headed to, and not that for some reason this page has mistaken me being in Australia for me being in the Netherlands. But it's certainly interesting that it says here shipping to Rotterdam, Netherlands. So if someone can check on this and leave a comment in the comment section, that would be so good. Okay, so moving on. So this is quite deceptive. They've got primary damage, water, flood. Secondary damage, vandalism. We know it's not vandalism. That is the damage that occurred when they recovered the vehicle, the window and the mirror, etc. It's not vandalism. That is what happened to the vehicle. Primary damage, water, flood. Yep, it was in the water for 2 weeks. So down the bottom it says sales status on minimum bid. So the reserve price was basically what was paid for the car. They've got airbag checked and they've got question marks because, well, the whole airbag kit and caboodle got removed when they did all the checks on the vehicle. So there's a lot of information that's been left out that whoever bought it, if they know nothing about this vehicle, are going to find things such as that the black box for the vehicle has been removed. Presumably it was not replaced. Okay, so I definitely need someone in the US to double check all this information and let me know, because here under additional information it's got from Sacramento, California, in other words from CHP, to LA, California. Okay, then you've got date Tuesday, November 26, 2024, meaning that it's been sold early, or is that when it is being shipped? I'm not sure, because that's like post dated. Seller, Farmers Insurance. Interesting. And then we have the images, and everyone who's looked at the CHP reports will instantaneously recognise this as Kiely's vehicle. You can see the windscreen wipers in the same position, the mirror broken, the windscreen broken. They have pushed out the dents that were in the bonnet, so that's interesting. And what's also interesting here is that we can see that there was actually damage to that bottom part of the front spoiler, and that has actually come away, which is something that I'm not sure really showed in the CHP report. And then we have it from a different angle here, and I find myself looking at that rear window in the luggage compartment area, and just I can't help thinking about Kiely. You know, this is the vehicle that she was in when they found her. This is quite possibly where she died. You've got the broken out window, you've got that back window about 2/3 down, and yeah, this is, you know, Kiely's car. So then you've got more images of the vehicle that show it at different angles. So what do I think about this? Well, I'm utterly amazed that it's being sold for salvage, basically. And I wonder if the person who purchased it knows the history of the vehicle and what their intentions are for this vehicle. Are they going to fix it up and drive around in it? That would just be insane. That is just mind-boggling. And I guess, you know, when it comes to vehicles like that, insurance companies don't give a damn. They've just got to make up their money, however. And if that means auctioning it off and lying about the vehicle, they're going to do it. But it just is so sad that this is a vehicle where a 16-year-old girl died, and it's just being auctioned off. Now obviously they've got everything of evidentiary value from that vehicle by now, but you know, it is concerning to me, because that suggests that even if FBI are still investigating the case, if by some chance charges are ever laid, the vehicle is gone. The key piece of evidence is gone. But more than that, I'm just gobsmacked that it's being auctioned off. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you're new to my channel, then please subscribe. Also, please hit the like button and leave your thoughts below on this. I know I haven't been very eloquent in sharing my thoughts on this because I still don't really know my thoughts on this at all. I'm still kind of in a bit of shock. Part of me can see the logical reason why it would be put up for auction, but the part of me that has been putting out countless videos trying to highlight that Kiely did not drive herself into that reservoir, that part of me just doesn't know how to respond to the idea of her car being sold at auction. So please do share your thoughts below. So thanks, and I'll catch you in the next one. Give a fuck about me, 'cause if you stop to look around, it's not story for me. I can't get back the memories, but the memories tell the stories of the few times that you were right. I'm glad inside, but I cannot make the sound. Keep it together, look in the mirror, tell myself you doing better. Yeah, ooh, oh, oh, yeah, oh no. Sky made me think about you. The love of my eyes, get you tell it's all for you. Loyalty in my blood, I will never fool on you. Put your trust in me, and I'll put my love in you. Okay, baby, it's just us in this world. Nobody can change that. Hey, we gon' fuck up in this world, and we can't change that. Stay up all night, you and me. When I'm with you, I feel free. Stay up all night, you and me. When I'm with you, I feel free. I begin to wonder, did you ever give a fuck about me?